So, recently I watched a video which was something along the lines of a Christian's response to Epicurus' problem with evil. Epicurus' problem with evil goes something like, is God willing to prevent evil but not able? Then he is not omnipotent, all-powerful. Is he able but not willing? Then he is not, or then he is malevolent. He's not all good. He is cruel. Is he both willing and able? Then whence cometh evil? Where does evil come from? Is he neither able nor willing? Then why do we call him God? I'm a Catholic. Okay, he might have been Christian. I don't know what his denomination was. But I'm a Catholic Christian. Just kind of, I'll throw it out there, because why not? And as a Catholic Christian, I believe in God's omni-nature. I believe that he is omnipotent, all-powerful, and omnibenevolent. All good. I believe that he is the creator and ruler of all creation. And this is important for a sec, because Thomas Aquinas, right, one of the smartest, most intellectual theologians ever, wrote correctly that things are good when they are, or fulfill their ultimate good when they are ordered towards their end goal, which is good. In the case of creation, the end goal is God, who is all good. I butchered that because really I'm not smart enough to understand Thomas Aquinas' writings in the genius that is written down, but that's kind of a summary. We also believe that man was created in God's image and likeness, separating us from nature. We believe in the hierarchical supremacy of man to nature, as nature is purely material, while man is also spiritual. We have a soul. We are both body and soul. Okay? We're not purely material, we are also spiritual. Now, I'm going to sidetrack for a second and bring something in that's really going to help with my argument. And I don't know if I'll come back to it because I'm forgetful. So, somewhere in the Bible, and I don't know where, I couldn't find it. And if I had looked online, I'm sure I would have found it, but I didn't look online because this was kind of hastily written, which may, be bad. But anyway, it is written that it is more celebrated in heaven when one sinner enters into heaven than when many righteous men enter into heaven. Why is this important? Well, having a soul, God gives us a free will. Okay, that's one of the products or terms of having a soul and having been created in God's image and having some sort of spiritual characteristic, is that unlike nature, which is purely material, we have the ability to choose right and wrong because we have that spirit inside of us. And if you're a Catholic and you know more than I do, put it in the comments down below where I'm wrong or something else. Okay? But I'm pretty confident in what I've written. God gives us a will. Okay. God gives us a free will because God desires us to freely choose him, choose to love him. Okay? This brings me to another thing that we as Catholics believe. We don't just believe in God's all-powerfulness and all-goodness, but we believe that God is love. Big L. Right? Yeah. Cursive. Big L would just be like that in print. But anyway, we believe that he is love, and love by its very nature isn't just a feeling, but it's a relationship. Okay, that's why we as Catholics believe in the Trinitarian nature of God. We believe in the Trinity. God the Father, Son, the Holy Spirit. Okay, but that's a whole different conversation. Anyway, we believe that evil exists not because of God's inability to eradicate it or his unwillingness. For God is totally just, and at the end of time will judge the wicked and the evil and eradicate evil. And at the end of time, when that is judged, we will be judged according to what we have chosen on this earth. Instead, we believe that evil exists because of God's permissive will. He permits evil because of his loving nature. but also gives us every opportunity. He literally sent down his only begotten Son to earth in order to give us the ability to choose to love God. That's part of what separates us from the material. We have the ability to freely choose to love God. We are not robots, we are humans, created in God's likeness and his image. For the end of time, and even the wicked are judged. Let me catch up where I, wrote down. Joyous subjects. Okay. At the end of time, when evil is eradicated, and the wicked and the evil are judged justly, infinitely justly, and infinitely mercifully, those who enter into the kingdom of heaven will be joyous and righteous subjects of their Creator. They will have fulfilled their purpose and ordered themselves towards the ultimate good, which is their Creator and ruler, God. It's part of what Thomas Aquinas wrote. Okay. They weren't forced to love him. They freely chose to love him. Okay. This is why we call God, God, who is love, both all good and all powerful. Because he does have the power to vanquish evil and sin. And at the end of time, he will. Okay? But being all good, being love, he understands that, and I say understand, this isn't like I came up with it. May give that impression. But God knows that it is better that his creation, created in his image, has the ability to freely choose to love him. Okay? But like I said, free will, having the potential, I don't know if I said it, but I should have, free will by its very nature has the potential and has created sin. Because if we can freely choose to love God, we can freely choose to turn away from God. Okay? We call God God because he has given us a free will to choose to love God, because God in the end wants his creatures to love him freely, not choose to love him. Because if we were forced to love him like a robot, it wouldn't be love. This is why we call God God.